What's going on, y'all? So that 3-4 race, your boy was dropped off the back, was lapped, but I finished. I got overall like 18th or whatnot, and it just sucked. But hey, guys, I got a good mentor here, good friend here, Steven Netter, and he just want to drop some knowledge on you guys.
Hey, just want to say good racing with you, Whit, and man, just got to do it. Just part of the process is just showing up, man. Once you show up, put in the work, and it eventually comes. Keep up the work.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy, C-Dub, a.k.a. Whit, coming at you guys, bringing you the Victorville Category 3-4 Criterium, and we're about to get it in. So right now, right off the start, we are on our way. And hey, I'm going to get it in now. I ask if you're reviewing or watching this video for the first time, you're in for 17 minutes and roughly 18 seconds. This video is shorter because of some greatness that happened in the end. No, this video is shorter because I was blocking for a teammate, thus expending all the remaining energy that I had from dealing with the headwinds, and was off the back. But I finished the race, and I will let you know later on how I finished. So right now, sitting in the pack just on the left-hand side here right now on Larry Tonzo's wheel. You see him there with the Black Panther PRT kit. And then, excuse me, and we're about to make turn number 3. So we have one left-hand turn. Everything else here is right-hand turns, as you see to the top right of the screen. Again, I'm kind of in the back. There's only one guy behind me that's riding with FLX Racing, rocking the H&S kit. And so right now, just sitting on Larry Tonzo's wheel, because I know that he is one of our probably one of our strongest riders, or one of the top 3 strongest riders that we have on our team. So Larry's moving up, and I'm just kind of sitting back. And right here, I probably should have tucked in, not even probably, I should have tucked in, because this portion is a headwind section, and I'm on the outside now because of that left-hand, right-hand turn that we have here on this course. So right now, this is slightly downhill, and the wind is blowing from our left to the right. And so again, I probably should have been on the inside, trying to do as much drafting and as much coasting on someone else's wheel, or even via their body, because of these crosswinds. So now we're going into turn number 5, making this right here. And I'm sitting on this guy's wheel right here because he actually broke away in the Cat 4 race, and I knew that he was very, very strong. So we have currently a tailwind to include. This portion is downwind. Hey guys, if you have not yet subscribed to the Whit Roadrunner family, I ask that you would do so. And if you don't have a YouTube account, I ask that you would pause the video right here, because nothing much is going on. And I ask that you would go ahead and set up that YouTube account, come on back and subscribe to the YouTube family. And I will be so excited to have you a part of the Whit fam. So right now we've made it through turn number 6, and we're going to the start finish. And this portion does have a slight little climb on it. The grade says 0, but it's like a false flat. So it goes up a little bit, and again, the wind is now blowing from our left to right. And you see my heart rate's at 160, 161, going about 26 miles an hour. So we're not really going hard. And again, I'm sitting in the wind, so I have to really figure this out, really sit better in placing wheels and drafting, because the wind is blowing from our left to our right. Actually, excuse me, the wind is blowing from my right. The wind is blowing from our right to my left. So we're making this right-hand turn number 1, right into a headwind. And you'll see that you see the pace is 18 miles an hour, 17 miles an hour, because the wind is slapping us in the face. So as I was saying earlier, I was sitting on the left-hand side because the wind was blowing from the right to the left. Now where I'm sitting, you see I kind of shifted over to the right because the wind is blowing now from the left to the right. And I know that could be very, very confusing, but pretty much because we do a double right-hand turn, we kind of did a U-turn here, so causing the wind to shift what side it's coming from and shift where we need to be so that we can get the best draft. So we just turned through turn number 3, and again, right into the headwind. This section is not, we don't go as slow. We're going 18, 17 here, and the wind was blowing hard. But I think we go a little bit slower on turn 1 to turn 2 because that whole section is a little uphill. And then while we're going up that uphill, we make that right-hand turn right into the wind. So this section is just a little bit faster than the section between turn 1 and 2. So this section being between 3 and 4 is just slightly faster. So right now I'm sitting on this guy's wheel. And again, I've marked people and identified guys whom I had recently rode with in the Category 4 race. And the Category 4 race was a lot longer because the course is longer, as well as I made it all the way to the end of that race. And if you haven't watched that race, I ask that you would go and see that. And I placed in the top 10. So please go check that video out. And there you see to the far right over there with the orange POC helmet. That's a good friend of mine whom I met through Instagram. And Instagram is a great networking platform, causing people to get a lot of recognition and also just making friends and building relationships. But that guy, his name was Jonathan Wood from Jonathan Wood Racing. He's like, there he goes. You see he's moving up. He's from Seattle, Washington, came down. I saw him at the Roger Milliken race. I saw him pretty much the day prior to this race at the Victorville road race. And now he's out here getting it in at the Victorville Crit. So again, you see there's a few guys behind me. So I'm at the back of this peloton. And after the Cat 4 race, I knew my legs were hurting just a little bit, but I had already paid for this. And so I was going to just sit in here. And as some had encouraged me, sit in and get a workout and help it to improve your fitness. And one thing that I noticed even on the Cat 4 race, as this is the Cat 3-4 race, is that I was gaining on people very fast in this climb section here because people would slow up. As you see, the MPH is 19 miles an hour. Again, it's uphill. It says it's 1% grade, and my heart rate is 158, which is really well. The speed is 21, so we're not really going fast, but it is taxing. And then we make this right-hand turn, as I mentioned before, right into a headwind, which hurts. And so I'm sitting here on this very bright and floral-looking kit, and they have there's several of these guys in this peloton, but some of his teammates are wearing a different kit, as you see right there to my right. So this H&S kit and that floral kit, I believe they're on the same team. And so you see there, John, he's pointing, saying he's going to go to the inside, wanting that wheel, and the guy let him in. So right now, I'm just trying to stay to the right of somebody so that I can, be protected from that wind that's blowing from our left to the right as we make this turn into the headwind once again. So right now, I'm just sitting in the middle of the peloton. Heart rate is 153. We're only going 16 miles an hour, not going fast at all. And again, being watchful of the guy 558, because in the previous video, the 4, we actually rubbed wheels and almost went down, but I was able to maintain. And you see the guy there, he went underneath. The H&S guy, he took the gutter and he moved up. And I was calling out, right. So the guys, they reacted to that. So you see the tempo is up a little bit. We're at 20 miles an hour. Heart rate's up to 163. And going just a little bit over 200 and pretty much now going 300, 400 watts into that turn. And there's Irvin right there in front of the guy with the black H&S kit. That's Irvin right there about 1 o'clock with the gray, black, and orange kit on. And you see guys to the far right falling back because they just got through pulling, and we're making our way. So this portion is probably the second fastest section, and this is the fastest. So we were going 24 previously. Now we're at 27, 28 miles an hour, and this kind of goes up just a little bit, and then it goes down. So we're at 30 miles an hour, and we also have a tailwind section, we also have a tailwind. So that really helped for us to recover in this section, unless you were probably on the front slaying the watts. So right now, move to the right, knowing, just to see what's going on ahead of me, and also knowing that we're going to be coming on a right-hand turn. And you see here, we're kind of spanned out. And as I've stated before, I really do have to work on staying on wheels that are in front of me. And that's something that I'm going to try to do better. And I even may make it a goal for myself in some of these races to really stay glued to the wheel that's in front of me. And sometimes, we don't want to, we have split decisions to make. Do I stay on it or can I cruise up to it? Do I slay some watts to get back on it? Because like right now, I'm pushing 300 and over 400 watts. The watts fluctuate up and down very briefly. So again, here I have John, and I jump on his wheel. I know he's a strong rider, so I just jump on his wheel. The guys the pace line that I was on was going a lot slower, so I just jumped on here, and there's LT right there looking and falling back. And you see here I got the Impact guy. He's behind me with the same bike that I have, just with some different accessories. And so you see there, the guys are pretty much pace lined out behind me, and I'm probably I think fourth wheel right here, going down in the second fastest portion. Actually, no, this is between turn 2 and 3. So we're turning right into the headwind, and I want to say I can't really see around these guys, but I think I am fourth wheel. Yeah, so I was fourth wheel. I pulled out because I didn't want to be up that close. As I was just listening to the Cycling Virgins video that he just did, that the closer you are to the front, the more wind you're getting hit by. So I moved out just so I can drop back a few spots so I can have just a little bit more of a draft. And so there's Irvin right there, and he's riding with Breakaway Cyclists out of Las Vegas, Nevada. So I slide in behind him because he's a very strong rider, and I know that. Met him, my very first time racing him was at the Easter Sunday Ontario race, which, again, never forgot him since then. So, Irvin, if you're watching this video, what's going on, buddy? So we're currently at 10 minutes, and so, of course, I go underneath to kind of make up some ground. Got a guy coming underneath me. We're just kind of moving back up a little bit because, again, this is the second fastest, straightaway as we go into the fastest. And so some of these turns, they were, the corners, they were okay. They were decent. They were manageable. I don't think anybody went down for the day at the races, which was a good thing. I don't think anyone went down in any of the corners. So pretty much the route was good. It's just the wind and the wind chill was just hurting us out here. After I got done racing, my eyeballs hurt. It hurt really bad. And then after this, we had to get back on the road and drive, back down to Chula Vista, which was probably about a 5-hour drive. But we made it safely, hence me posting this video and you clicking it and watching it. I want to also say thank you for clicking the vid. Thank you for taking, 17 minutes out of your day to support the channel. And I thank you guys for all the support, all the love, all the comments down below. And I just thank you for helping your boy C-Dub out as we grow together, learn together, and get more miles and kilometers in our legs. So right now inside, again, the wind is blowing from the left to the right. So you see I'm taking the inside being blocked by wind, and here's LT again. And so, of course, I'm trying to keep my eyes on him because he is a very strong rider, and I know that. And so a lot of people may not know. So if you can see up there, there's a guy in the orange. He's going up the field, and you see there's another orange guy here as we're cresting around turn number 1. So you got a guy in orange, which is Impact Racing. You got two guys, as you can see them right there on the right-hand side after they've made the turn. They're up the road. So you have a little breakaway here, but yet you also have an Impact guy. He's on the front, and nobody is going around him. And so I begin to yell up to the front, specifically to my teammate, Larry Tonzo, which is sitting on that Impact guy's wheel. As you can see kind of right now, I state to him, and I'm sitting here on John's wheel, so I'm in a good position to be able to monitor what's going up front. So you see my teammate, he's sitting third wheel right now, and then the guy pulls out, so now he's second, and I'm like, hey, that's his teammate. And so I talked to Larry after the race, and he's like, Whit, I really appreciate you doing that because I was kind of in the zone. And so you'll see right here how Larry will jet off here very momentarily when he gets a little gap on the inside. But I was yelling like, hey, that's his teammate. And then Larry was like, he said, man, I thank you for that, because I was like in the zone. And you see here in the rear camera, got Steven Netter back there on my wheel, and then you got Mike Starr on the wheel. And so we're just watching, and this guy in big orange, or not big orange, excuse me, but Impact, he's blocking. Nobody is bridging, nobody's doing any work, nobody's making any moves, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? So, and now you see here we all hunker down, and we're going into the fastest portion of this race. So just tucked in here. Maybe it wasn't this lap, maybe it's the next lap that I actually say that. So yeah, so we're excuse me, you got people coming over the top, and so we're just making our way down to turn number 6 as we get ready to come up to the start and finish. now just sitting in. Again, you can see behind me, it's kind of got a double pace line back there. It goes from a single pace line to a double back behind me in the rear camera. And sometimes I forget to even look at the rear camera footage when I'm doing these commentaries, just because I get so caught up in what's going on in front of me. But yeah, so you see here, we're just sitting in, and not to forget, the breakaway is up the road. You know, so we're currently at 14 minutes, and there is this is a 17-minute long video. So I think here momentarily, once we make the turn through turn 3, I yell up to LT, hey, that's his teammate, that's his teammate. And you will see, as I mentioned before, that my teammate, Larry Tonzo, he will go underneath and start his process of bridging over. And the dude is strong enough to where he can do it. So again, you know, pulling up to jump on his wheel and try to hold that spot as he sits on Jonathan Wood's wheel as we come through turn number 2. And so this is the part where I finally realized, as I mentioned before, that, you know, this guy's, and he's still sitting on the front. The impact guy right here in the orange, he's still sitting on the front, and we're just riding his wheel, and all he's doing is noodling, helping and see, he's pointing right now. I'm saying that's his teammate, that's his teammate. So we're now starting to realize, and I have Big Netter, Steve Netter, on my wheel as we're going through that turn. And so you'll see here now everybody is reacting because this dude is just noodling. He's just blocking, and now we're going around here pushing well over, you know, 300 watts, and, you know, and so now I'm up front. And so what happens, if you watch behind me, nobody really overtakes me. Nobody makes any additional effort. So you see my teammate, they're up the road. I'm not going to do any work. Why? Because my teammate's moving up. My teammates, you know, he's got, I believe it was 3 of them. They're going over. I believe Jonathan Wood is with those guys. I'm gonna let them duke that out. I'm gonna sit here and block. And you see right now, everybody's sitting on my wheel. I'm a big body. We're going through turn number 4. Everybody's sitting on my wheel. I got Mike Starr back there. I got Steven Netter back there. And so now you got Irvin coming underneath. He's reacting, and then everybody else reacts because they realize that I'm not about to do anything, and then the gap's getting bigger because my teammate is in the break. And so I did that work, and, you know, not really work. I'm not even going to say work, but I was in the front on that hard part of the little uphill climb, not climb, but uphill roller section right where we hit the headwind, and everybody was sitting on my wheel. So I just was blocking and let my teammate going up the road. So off the back, and again, this guy right here, he was sitting in the back just eating off everybody's plate. Very strong guy, very wise guy. And I was dropped, couldn't do anything. And so this is me finishing the race. I got 18th. I did not stop. I kept pushing, you know, and I just told myself, keep pedaling, keep pedaling, keep pedaling. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. On to the next one with your boy C-Dub, aka Crit Whit. Peace.